I'm gonna play around with the items from the EyeScream Beauty Bag featured in the month of November. And Cam is literally sitting right next to me, sipping on juice and having some crackers, watching videos. So wish me luck. And by the way, like this that I have this is all like I'm gonna do a PR haul, and there's more over there. So I'm just gonna do a PR haul because you guys have been enjoying watching the product that I've been receiving and giving you guys like initial thoughts just by like testing it out right then and there, like in the moment, like little swatches and that kind of thing, and like reading into them. So be ready for that. And if you haven't seen the beauty box try on, the EyeScream Beauty Box try on, it went up. Go check it out. A lot of people enjoyed that one, so please go show it some love. I'm gonna start off with the lip product just because I really want to hydrate my lips right now. It is by the brand Floss, and it is their lip advocate in the shade Proof. I'm gonna apply her. She doesn't do much of anything, so just it's balm, which is why we're going in with this now, just to hydrate the lips. And then I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with the lips later on, but we're gonna start off with the eyeball. And people really wanted to see this palette, so it makes me excited because we're gonna play around with her today. So let's apply our clean canvas really quickly. If I wanted to go on full-on nude, that lippy is nice. It is hydrating, but I don't know, I mean, we'll see what happens. I might just take it off, apply a lip liner, and then go in with just the lip balm. We'll see. It depends how vibrant the eyeballs turn out. I want to start with a shade like this one. This is Hike out of the Forest palette, and she is like a really deep, muddy forest green. It looks brown, but it's not. It's a green for sure. I'm gonna go in with a very fine tipped brush. This is a ColourPop E18 for reference. I'm only gonna apply that to the tip, and so, oh god, I am going to use like a handheld mirror so I can see up close. And I'm going to tap this only on the crease. As you can see, it's green. It's not brown, it's green. From like the center all the way to the end. I'm not going to bring it all the way in quite yet. Now I'm going to go in with a fluffy yet fairly small brush. I'm going to dip into, I need somewhat like a nude shade, but I need it to be fairly light. This one's not going to work, so I think I'm going to go with Ridges. That's going to be somewhat of like a outer transition shade. And I'm going to apply Ridges directly on the edge of that green shade. And so what it's doing is it's blending out that outer edge so we get a nice gradient while warming up the look just a smidge. So you're going to get a nice transition out of both shades together. Of course, a more ideal shade for this area would have been like a more browny shade, but the only really matte brown shade available is kind of deep, and we're not trying to create like a crazy smoky eye. Now this shade we are going to bring all the way to the beginning of the eye. If anything, let it meet your brow. So you see, we applied it on the outer edge. It blended out the edge of that deeper shade and created a little transition for us. I actually like this shade for the under eye, so I'm going to apply some of that now. It's really pretty. I do feel like that crease, it needs to be a little darker, but before I figure out exactly how I'm going to do that and what shade I want to use, if I want to go in with the same one or I want to change it up, I am going to apply my lid shade. And I'm between two shades right now. I'm going to swatch them so you guys can see. They're both really pretty, but I think I'm gonna go with the darker one. And the darker one is this one over here. It's called Pine, and it's like the one that has like a little splatter design to it. I'm gonna go in with a basic eyeshadow brush. It has a lot of kick up, so be ready for that. Can you stop going through the trash? What are you looking for? I think Cam is gonna end up being a dumpster diver at some point. Can you stop going through the trash? Hold on. So yeah, I'm going like this, and a lot of stuff is falling out. It is a very creamy formula, but it's something to kind of be prepared for. I'm going to take this and I'm going to tap it onto the lid. I think on the inner corner, I want to apply a different shade. We'll see what happens. Okay, this is really pretty. I figured out the shade I'm going to apply on the inner corner. I want to go in with Dusk. I know it's orange, but it's going to look really pretty. So I'm going to take the same brush. I'm flipping it over because I want to use the clean side. And then I'm going to apply Dusk like right there. Just going to tap her. See, you guys know I'm right. It adds a little something. I was gonna go in with the yellow, but the yellow was so like vibrant, but at the same time looks a little on the chalky side. So I kind of wanted to avoid ruining the look. Now to get a good blend, I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth like this and blend that orange into the green. And when you really look at it, it does look yellow, not really orange. It's kind of like a creamsicle shade. Blending it in, it's gonna give you like a yellowish look to a lima green to then the actual green. So it's pretty. The same brush I used on the crease, I'm gonna go back in to ridges. And I wanna make sure I get a nice clean edge. So we're just gonna apply a little bit of ridges in here, because shimmer shades can get a little messy sometimes. And then I'm gonna grab another kind of like, what are you? More of like a smudging kind of like rounded brush. I'm gonna go into Hike again, very gently. And I'm gonna apply Hike again. So I'm just going over what we already did with Hike. So I wanna deepen this outer edge a little bit. And we're not blending with this brush, we're just applying. So we're kind of going in and tracing a little bit. And then with a very, very slim, clean brush, this is a Blending 237 by Luxie, super, super slim. I am going to go back and forth. And the reason why it needs to be very, very small and we have to blend gently is because we already have our artwork on our eyes. We do not want to change what we did. We just wanted to deepen that green because we lost a little bit of it. Let's add mascara, lashes, and liner. And just like that, the eyeballs are done. I'm gonna expose myself really quickly. So I went to remove the lip balm and I was like, okay, you know what? I feel like this nude, where is it? Okay, this nude kind of transparent, very sheer something would be helpful. So I was like, I'm gonna grab a lip liner, but let me remove the lip balm off of my lips. This thing was so hydrating. Here's where I exposed myself. This thing here was so hydrating to the point that when I went to remove with my towel the lip balm that I initially put on at the beginning of the video on my lips peeled. Like, it was disgusting. I was not gonna film that and show it to you guys because I mean, I'm exposing myself by telling you like how dry and chappy my freaking lips were. But like, it was just not a pretty sight. Like, I had to rub back and forth and the skin, like right now my lips feel like baby soft. Wow, so hydrating to where it like lifted all the dead chappy skin off my lips. I'm going to apply a nude lip liner. This is Nova Beauty's Pink Nude 02. Wrong side. This is the brush. Okay, and then easy peasy, we're applying the lip balm. I figured Pinky Nude would work because of like the little rose shade that we applied on the exterior part of the eye and underneath it. Now we're going to apply the final step, the highlighter. I don't feel like we need highlighter. So I'm glad this highlighter by the balm is like super like light. It just adds some luminosity without being super bright and in your face. It is really pretty though. So if you wanted to like really make it vibrant, you can like build it big time. But the eyes have more than enough like radiance within itself. Once the highlighter is on, here is the completed look. I think it's fun. I've done something like this, but it's been so long. It was really fun. The palette was... Although I was able to create a very pretty look with the eyeshadow, the palette was very inconsistent. So first things first, Muse is one of those brands that you can find on shopmissay.com, which is a website where you can pretty much get a lot of stuff for $1.55. Muse has a ton of their products listed on that website for just $1. I'm not saying this palette goes for $1. I did check the website. They don't have it on there. They don't have anything remotely this big from Muse Cosmetics on the Shop Missay website, but it gives you some sort of reference as to, you know, retailers that carry this brand. Now, it was all over the place because like the mattes, there were mattes that blended beautifully and mattes that were somewhat patchy. For instance, the shade that I applied directly on the crease, that one was a little on the patchy side, even though I tried to pack it directly onto the base. The moment I started playing around with the eyeshadow, that was the first eyeshadow I used and it was somewhat patchy. And then this kind of like dusty rose color, although matte, it was very, very nice. So it was kind of inconsistent. Then this pressed shimmer shade here had so much crazy fallout, but then the orange one did not. So that's what I'm saying. It was kind of like inconsistent. The shimmer shades were way more pigmented, blendable, and packed on fairly well, very easy to work with. And then the mattes, I found that with blending, they were kind of fading away, so I had to kind of go back in and apply more. It is not a bad eyeshadow palette. It's just one that you have to put a little extra effort in if you want that oomph on your eyeballs. And I can only base it on the shades that I actually used. So yeah, I mean, mean, it's really nice to receive in a beauty bag because the beauty bag was super, super affordable. Just keep that in mind. It's nice to have in your collection really pretty shades. The color story is pretty. The formulas are kind of like a little bit all over the place. You guys already know how I feel about the balm and the highlighter. I've spoken about it like before. It's nice. It doesn't beam in your face. If you want beam in your face, you have to go for Ofra. But for a look like today where I don't need that much luminosity and like lights beaming out of my face, it just adds a little something something. It's really, really pretty. And then the Floss Lip Balm. I feel like I did the most for this lip combo, and I think it works really well with eyeball. And it really impressed me because it removed all, like it lifted all my freaking dead skin from my lip. So instead of an exfoliator, I might as well just use this. Although the November bag only featured 3 items, I think the variation was actually really nice. And for the price point, like, we can't ask for anything else. I know you guys were waiting to see the palette specifically in action because you guys have received your bags and you wanted to see what look I would create for some inspiration. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this eye look? Did it meet your expectations? Do you like it? I know you guys like the bright and vibrant looks, so here you go. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit the like button for me. It really, really helps me out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.